Well, John, you came back. You got the win in the end with 2 late goals. Do you think, based on the 90, it was just desserts for the way you played throughout the game?
Definitely deserved it. We take away a couple of poor performances. Out of the 6 games that we played that we've lost, we deserve to win 4 of them. So we got what we deserved tonight. It was excellent performance. We created a lot of chances, especially in that first half. We opened them up quite a few times. And I've analysed, Brisbane Roar quite a lot, because when I'm not watching my team play, I watch my brother's team play because I want to see them win. So they create a lot of chances. They create a lot of chances in their football games, and we restricted them. They had hardly any chances. They had some shots from outside the box. So as a whole, we defended well, we attacked well, and the belief of the boys, because it's been hard, for them especially, because, they're thinking, what do we have to do to win a game of football? And, you go 1-0 down, whether you think it's a penalty or not a penalty, they give it. So then you have to go and try and win the game, and you haven't been scoring so much. And then you keep going right to the end, and we win 2-1. It was well deserved.
So, at the time, as you say, the penalty gets converted by Brisbane. Daniel has the goal disallowed. That's when you're shown the red card. Is that just the frustration of it's looking like you think it's a 5th game now that you deserve to win, that you're about to lose?
To be honest, I deserve the yellow card. The second one, I think I got a second yellow for kicking the thing that was in front of me. If I can't show passion in the game, we're trying to promote the game. I'm not swearing at that stage. I've just run onto the field to celebrate a little bit, and then I kick the little advertising thing on the side. That's emotion, frustration. I didn't know the goal was disallowed, mind you. I'm celebrating a little bit in an angry face, but I'm going, okay. Probably I could have got sent off before during the game for some of my antics, but not for that. Anyway, I have to deal with it, have to accept it. But it's the emotion of the game. It's the emotion of what we've been through in the last 6 games. And you know what? I'm not going to apologise for showing emotion.
Well, if it helps, you've already been turned into some fire memes with you kicking the sponsor board on social media. But
by the way, it was with my right foot. So with my left foot, then it would have been a real kick. It would have ended up in the stand.
But it was also noticeable coming into today, you made a few changes in your deployment. You brought Seb into the midfield. Daniel started more centrally. Lockie started out wide. Seemed to work really well. What was the rationale behind those changes, and how do you think it worked?
Yeah, it worked well. To be honest, I thought like I said before, the other games, the way that we're playing, it worked well. Take away the Mariners game that we were disappointed with our competitive side of things. I thought that our shape had been looking good. It was just to change things up a little bit. It was a little tweak. It wasn't a major tweak. Then we thought that Lockie could do some damage out wide against Jack Ingett, who's a great player, but it's not natural for him to play on the left, and we knew that he would probably be playing on the left. We thought that Daniel would arrive into the box well, and he got his opportunities and scored a goal that disallowed, but he got into those areas really well, and we thought that we could hurt them with that. So that was the rationale behind it, and I thought Seba I thought he was unlucky with the penalty. If there was a touch, it was very, very slight.
Was this our first real glimpse at the real Daniel Pena, sort of got games under his belt to show, and as you mentioned, he's gone central to show what he can really do, because he could have had a few today.
Yeah, and also the game against Adelaide, the chances that he was setting up and the opportunities that he creates, we know his quality. And we know he's going to show that quality. We also have to be patient with Daniel. He was out for a whole year, so he's going to have his ups and downs physically still. We get that, we understand that, but his quality is always there. But what I loved about Daniel tonight was you didn't think that it was going to be his night because of the disallowed goal, the chances that he had, hit the post with his right foot, and then he still steps up to take a penalty. And he hasn't taken too many penalties in his career, so that showed a lot of character. And that's something that, that we need and that we needed tonight, and because of the period that we've been going through.
Just briefly back on the red card, you suspended for next week?
I don't know. I'm presuming I might be. Yeah, so look, a lot of the coaching goes during the week anyway. So we'll prepare now for Sydney. We know it's going to be a tough game. They're a good side that's playing good football, and if I have to sit in the stand, I'll sit in the stand.
Was that the first time you've been red carded as a coach?
No, it's the second time.
Second time.
Sometimes the emotions do come out, Like I said, I don't think that it should be a bad thing to look. All Access have got this week, so we might have to beep a few words out. That's for sure.
And just on a personal, obviously, so much has been made of the losing streak that you guys have been on. Just on a personal note, how much of a, I guess, pressure release, for want of a better phrase, was that? Just to finally, I guess, show you've been pushing. You show on the park what you're capable of.
Yeah, it was more a relief because the boys have deserved a lot more. That's the relief. I can handle, we spoke about it in the press conference the other day, I can handle people criticising me because I've had it in the past and I'll have it in the future. That's going to happen. That's part of our game. There's going to be people with opinions and people that will make comment. I get it. I totally get it. I know what's happening within our four walls. I know what's happening within our club. And so, my belief had never strayed at all, and the players' belief had never really gone. And again, that showed tonight. It would have been easy for them to fold, 1-0 down, but they kept on going, and so I'm just pleased for them.
Did you get a chance to sort of, take in the moment of what we believe is a world first of two brothers coaching against each other?
Yeah, I don't think it's a world first. I think the Inzaghi brothers coached against each other in Serie A. I'm not sure anyone else. To be honest, it's too hard to. You're so focused on your job and making sure your team performs and gets the result that you're after. And my brother would be exactly the same. So, the ones that would have probably felt proud. I don't know if my dad did because he was at a Christmas party, but I don't know who they would have been going for. It would have been probably a difficult moment for them because you got two sons. One's going to be happy, one's going to be upset, and then also the wives and the kids. And so my wife and daughter were here tonight, and I just imagine the roller coaster they went through.
John, Jason, your chairman, said before the game that this game was being looked at by you guys as sort of like a season reset coming into this one. This obviously the first few months of the season hadn't gone to plan. This is where you reset your season. You've got the win, you've played well, you've got your rewards. Does that what it feel like now? Just like season reset, forget the opening weeks, this is where season begins?
You can't forget the opening weeks. You still have to, I spoke about it before the game of the playing group. We can't change those opening weeks. We can't change the results. What we can do is make sure that the present, we do what we think that we're capable of doing, and that's winning football games when you're playing well. And we did that tonight. So we have to take that belief now into the next game and try and perform well and make sure that we can get the result again. Because look, it's still early in the season, still a lot of football to be played. Again, I speak about growing as a club. I've spoken about this for a long time, that we're still a young club. Even though we won the championship, we're still growing, and we still have to make sure that we're building the foundations. And this does do that. We sing a team song in there, and we go, when we're challenged, we don't crack. We've been challenged. 6 games in a row, we've been challenged. We've been challenged, not only the playing group, but the club itself. We were supposed to be in Tarneet, but things get set back. Spoke about, building a house. Sometimes it's not always going to go to plan. It's not always going to be on time. So, we know that we're being challenged, but we're going to keep going and fighting through it. And that's what everyone has to do at this club.
Just a bit off track, but Ross mentioned, I think it was because of your penalty, the handball. He doesn't understand the handball rule. A lot of coaches, I think he said all over the world, struggle with the complexities that seem to come up every week. How do you see the handball penalties this is?
Yeah, look, it's a difficult one, the handball, situation, because what is clear handball, what isn't, what's accidental, where's the arm, is in a natural position, not a natural position. Look, those things are going to go for you and against you sometimes, So, we were just fortunate tonight. It went for us, but I felt that was a handball because his arm was away from his body. But maybe I'm saying that because I'm on the good side. But yeah, the handball one, it's not only here in Australia, that's all around the world.
Just wanted to ask, and in the 18th minute, the penalty that you had that was overturned. What were your thoughts on that being overturned? Do you reckon there was enough?
I didn't think it was enough to be overturned, to be honest. Like, Benny Garuccio can't change direction because the players run into him. So if the on-field decision is like that, then it has to be clear and obvious that he wasn't touched. So I don't understand how that was overturned. But and then even I don't know what the rule is with the VAR, and I have to try and ask again. But if he's gone over to look at the player going over the ball and studying our player close just under his knee, I don't know if you can give a yellow card. It either has to be a red card or no card. For me, that was a red card. For me, there's no attempt to play the ball. It's a red card. So again, we need to clarify these rules because I'm questioning, and this is probably why my frustration, or sometimes I get emotional with the fourth official, and Noah Botic gets taken from behind, no one near the ball, and then I'm getting penalised and getting red carded for something that they should pick up, not only the referee on the field, because it's hard for him. I'm talking about the referees, the assistant referees off the field. So that's the frustration that that I have with it.
One of those players you might have to have a chat with. It looked like he got pretty emotional when he got subbed. I think it was when he got subbed off the bench.
He's learning the game. He's 21. I was happy with his all-round game today again. I thought that he brought a lot for us. Against he played as the lone striker against Aldred, who's an experienced defender. I thought Noah did well, brought others into play. He set up Daniel beautifully for that chance that Daniel had in the first half. It's just unfortunate that at the moment it's not going for him in front of goal, but it will. It will. I've got total confidence in him.
Just a young striker. You're just lacking that. I think you've said before, when the goals come, they come in a flurry.
Yeah.
But sometimes when they don't come at all.
Yeah, but they'll come. He'll work through it. It's part of learning the game, and this is where we've decided to go as a club. And is that our young players they'll be given game time, and they have to work through difficult situations and situations that we've been through, and find a way. And I'm sure he will.
Yeah, Joe, forgive me for going fishing, but I understand Football Australia sent out notice to clubs who had players on the 50-player list for the Asian Cup a couple of days ago, informing them. Were you informed? Are any of your players on the 50-player short list?
Anyone else were in the 50? No.
And just have you picked up any injuries from tonight ahead of your game next week? And are you expecting anybody back for that game next week?
No injuries, and not sure about anyone coming back yet.